The collapsible stand-up paddleboard is actually part of today's gear list. All right, we got 3 camera systems, leaving the FX6 at home. So we're gonna do the Mavic 2 Pro, the GoPro 7, and then I rented my friend's A7S3. So the entire time we're just gonna be filming on the 16-35. So keeping it light and simple since it's gonna have a lot of movement on this type of job. So here are our watercraft, a bunch of different inflatable stand-up paddleboards. That's mine. But I'm always trying to be thinking of how am I going to get my shots, because I have all the cameras, but you just don't always have the time or availability to do it. So since I'm going to be going on this double and the guy who's on the back is going to be pushing everybody in, I'm going to use that time to put the drone up. So basically we're going to launch last, so I'll use all the time ahead to have the drone up and capture people as we push off and go to a sandbar right across the river. What do they say? Dress for the job you want. So the deliverables for this job are not extensive. Essentially, we are doing a 30-second reel and then delivering a bunch of raw clips. This is for a friend. This is not an expensive rate. This is basically a favor and help everybody out. So what I'm gonna do here is we have a really nice staging area. So they're consolidating all of the stand-up paddle boards together, and then we're gonna have everybody grouped together, hold the paddles, and they're gonna yell Exercise Adventures, the name of the program. So we'll grab that once on the Sony, and then I will have the drone ready to go, and we'll grab a nice shot of them doing the exact same thing so that I can maybe even use the audio from the Sony while I show the drone shot and I pull back and reveal this whole island that we're on. It's pretty cool. That's actually the ocean right there. This is an inlet. I know everybody gets freaked out by how much I bring my gear near sand and salt and water, but that's just how it is on the coast in the south. It's what we do. Y'all ever been to the Disneyland of the swamp?
I know.
This place is crazy. It's a whole ordeal just to get in and out. If you're a freelancer, you know the feeling of holding your phone and just seeing a message pop up and you see a new job opportunity. It's the coolest thing ever. You never know who it's coming from. Well, I have a new one coming up for the Wall Street Journal. I never thought I would work for them, but I believe they found me from Production Hub. They saw proof in my work examples that I provided. So I have a very, very cool explainer video that we're gonna shoot. I'm gonna go to the port and I'm gonna take a pilot boat out to the cruise ship, and as it's coming in, we're gonna commandeer and I'm gonna climb a rope ladder, board the cruise ship, and then film the captain turn the cruise ship 180, park into the port, and I'll have some Wall Street Journal reporters, a couple PR people with me, but I'm very, very excited about it, and it's a really cool level up that's about to happen. I keep doing these first AC jobs, so I need to carry more stuff with me. So we're gonna use this fanny pack on the next one to hold the extra battery, extra lens, some tools, and AKS. Should be good, 10 bucks. Man, I am under the weather today, but I just needed some sunlight, and I'm really glad that I can just go outside and be sick. I don't have to go forced to be going to an office or a cubicle or any of that. If I'm sick, I can take the time off. That's a freedom that I always want to have. I feel like I'm in a TV sitcom. I go to the cafe in front of my apartment and I see two other filmmakers, people that I work with that come to the Orlando Filmmaker Meetup. So we just talk shop for a little bit and hang out. So I'm working out the logistics to getting onto this ESPN boxing job, but in order to do that, I had to say no to filming Rolling Loud Miami. It's a really fun time, awesome team. They called me and said, can you work again? So I'm bringing in my buddy Tristan to take my position. You've seen him in a bunch of my vlogs. I trust him with all the work that I have, so more than happy to recommend him for this. And I love this little community that I'm a part of. That's probably the number one thing that I get is people are saying, I don't know how to meet other people, I don't know how to network with other people. Well, it can start by you handing out something of value to them. And one really big takeaway that happens over and over again when these opportunities come up is the Rolling Loud producer said, send me your work. So that is the point where the people who are gonna make the decision to hire you need to see your reel. And you don't want to be thinking, man, I wish I made a reel. It's immediate. So you have to have that stuff. You have to have your marketing material already set up.
Would there be things colliding like schedule-wise, or would that just...
I had a great consultation call with Brandon, who's starting his freelance journey in Dallas, Texas. And now I'm meeting a couple people in Dallas. There could be potential that I do a filmmaker meetup in Dallas after I get the Atlanta one under my belt. Yeah, man, it's more about the business side of this than it is the creative side of it. The creative side is fun, the gear is fun, but the business is really what's going to take you further and give you that independence that you want. Since I got my shoulder pad, this $60 base plate is going to get returned to Amazon and a nice little chunk of change back in the bank account. This is the YouTube live setup that we're going to be running. So I got my key light. I'll be sitting right here, and then just a warm hair light. So I'm using a link to go into the YouTube live. So I had to Amazon an Elgato capture card, and that is going from HDMI straight into the camera.
David Moorfield, he's a freelance videographer, and he does jobs all over the place.
The full hour-long interview will be on Adrian's YouTube channel. He is the one who orchestrated this whole thing, so big shout out to him. And I got a little bit more practice in front of the camera and got to talk about some really interesting freelancing topics that I think some people will find of value. So I'll chop that up and sprinkle it into my vlogs as well. But that is a wrap on the live stream. That was really cool getting to meet everybody and using my FX6 as a webcam for the first time. So now I have that workflow down. Adrian helped me out, and now I can use this for my clients so that they can see the actual camera feed on the Zoom when they are calling in.